Hi, this is Tutor and this is noun phrase 490. Noun phrase today is fake news. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it now. Let's go right to it. Fake news is news stories with false or misleading information, especially if one believes the media creates it deliberately to misinform the people. You know, because sometimes the media can actually just make honest mistakes too. We have a second meaning is satirical news created to entertain or amuse, basically as parody. So there are a few organizations that purposely write up false stories, but they don't pretend that they're true, and it's done just as a joke. That is also fake news. All right, let's continue. Although fake news seems to be a more recent term, fake news has been around since the creation of news itself. The term fake news first appeared in the 1890s, so that was well over 100 years ago, when there was a number of sensational reports in the news. However, in our modern times, many credit Donald Trump with greatly popularizing and pointing out many news reports and media outlets with reporting misleading news, if not out-and-out false news. So out-and-out here meaning completely false news. He reopened the eyes of many Americans to begin to question the mainstream media. Okay, let's continue. And we got 4 examples here to show just how it's used. Here's the first one. One of America's most famous founding fathers clearly recognized and warned people about fake news in his day. Here is a Thomas Jefferson quote. "Nothing can be believed which is seen in a newspaper." So even in his day, he knew that there were special interest groups and people with a lot of money that wanted to, convince people this is the way things are, would actually, probably pay money to the newspaper or bribe journalists to write stories that were not completely true or at the very least misleading. Let's continue. All right, number 2, a second Thomas Jefferson quote. So he's got 2 quotes about this at least. "The man who reads nothing at all is better educated than the man who reads nothing but newspapers." So if you're only reading the news, you're only getting your news from that, you're not getting, your knowledge from other areas, well, the person who reads nothing knows more than you. That's kind of what he's saying. All right, number 3. In recent times, countless stories the mainstream news initially accused of being fake news turned out to be true news. Yeah, for months or years, they've said this was fake news until one day they couldn't say it anymore. There was more than enough evidence that showed that what was claimed to be fake news turned out to be definitely real news. And many stories they claimed were absolutely true turned out to be fake news. Yeah, both ways. Let's continue. Number 4 here, the newspaper The Onion is an example of fake news that prints parody fake news stories. Yeah, so they purposely print fake stories as a joke, to entertain people. So that was the second meaning of fake news, the satirical one. And number 4, they don't pretend it is real. It's done for amusement. Yeah, so let's just finish it off. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.